the joys of the holidays. Fun, presents, food, drinks, and more food. Snap out of it. It's 2021 and the party's over, okay? Time to fix up. I'm spending time figuring it all out with Charisse Ejiwere of Carib Health Wellness Center in Ikoyi. Charisse, it's lovely to see you again. I think it's been 2 years. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So great seeing you again too. Thank you.
It's lovely to be here at the Wellness Center in Ikoyi and breathing this beautiful fresh air by the waterside.
Thank you. It is.
So today my episode is all about system reset. Most of the time, Charisse, people wait until they have some sort of a semi-personal crisis before they start thinking about resetting their body systems in any way. For instance, I've eaten far too much, or I've had far too much to drink, or I've been doing this for a long period of time and I'm really fed up and I need to start afresh. Is there any age limit or time limit as to when a person can sort of reset their system? Does it apply to only people who have been bad for a little while, or can anyone do it?
So a system reset is so important, and our body tells us when we've overeaten, when the organs just feel crushed and just like too much in this area. So some of the stressors that the body signals to you can be whether you feel tired, you feel lethargic, you just feel like you're out of breath. So it's important that you don't get to that point of breathlessness. But at the same time, anyone can reset, and you reset by doing things like just taking a time out, being mindful. Resetting with water is important. You realize that you've just taken in too much. You just need to drink a lot of water the next morning, move your body a lot, circulation. This also helps with your blood pressure. It also helps with your blood sugar. Moving the body around is so important.
In terms of stress on the body system, when we've overeaten, let's say, what does it do to the body in terms of overworking it or diverting attention from other things it needs to do?
Okay, so the body is it's like a mechanical system, and it's important that as it's a mechanical system, you are like the supervisor, and as a supervisor, it's important that everything is working according to its own functions. Just like when we're in a classroom, you're the teacher, you can't oversee everything, and things that get out of line can be your muscles. It can also be the hydration of the body, because when it comes to nutrition and overeating and digesting, the body needs to pull things like fluid from other parts in order to digest. It also needs to pull nutrients from the muscles, from the different organs in order to digest. So it's important not to overstress the body so the body is able to do its overall systems of work.
Water one, but also food. I understand certain foods can detoxify the system. Would you like to clarify that for us? But actually, before you do that, I've noticed that you've got some beautiful coconut here, which is actually nature's best rehydration, isn't it?
Yes, Sonia, I got you lovely fresh coconuts.
Oh, coconut cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. Okay. There are coconuts around us everywhere. Nature's special water. And it's hot, hot, hot today. I need this now. And so do you.
Yes, you can detox with water. However, you can also detox with natural fruits, natural vegetables, and this can be in the form of whether it's juicing, whether it's smoothies. You can also detox with raw food. So many types of detoxing. It's just important that it's done under supervision, especially if you have chronic issues going on.
That's very interesting. That coconut water certainly is beautifully refreshing. I feel like a new person already. But you've also got some lovely fruit here, I've noticed. And I know that fruit is also very helpful when it comes to detoxifying the body. And I understand it should be eaten on its own. Tell me, what do we have here?
So we have strawberries, tangerine, watermelon, pineapple, and a bit of pawpaw.
That's lovely. I'm going to get myself stuck into that after the interview. Why not?
Excellent.
My grandmother, West Indian, in the house. I know you're from
Jamaica.
the islands
Yes.
too. Fantastic. So you may know that our grandmothers used to always make sure that we purged our systems. My grandmother in particular used to give us prunes or castor oil, hated it, but anything that would promote the elimination of food as a regular practice. Now, do you advocate for that kind of thing? Regular purging with laxatives off the counter or with our traditional medicines? Or is it something that you think we shouldn't do so often?
But from a professional point of view, that's not something that we could recommend to do regularly. Every once in a while is okay. And when you're doing any type of purges, to do it, yes, herbal, not over the counter, because the body tends to now want that same effect all the time.
Right.
So the mechanisms of the body is now disturbed.
This fruit is beautiful, truly refreshing. But how do we go about resetting in a safe clinical space? And should we be getting professional help?
Highly advisable to get professional help, and this involves doing different testing, seeing where you are in your lifestyle now, and then putting together a program for you to follow. And this is things that we do at our center at Carib Health. So in totality, when we look at your health and resetting, we would say minimum 2 weeks to 30 days. This helps reset your mind, it resets your body, it gets you in a routine and a habit, and helps you to just, put things together in your lifestyle.
This has been a most interesting conversation, Cherise.
Really enjoyed it myself.
I did as well, and especially for the fact that we are not sitting down. I think it's been my first standing up interview. Can you tell me why you had us do that today?
Yes, standing up helps you to be alert, it helps your posture, it helps your metabolism.
Yes.
So having stand-up meetings also helps you burn more calories and helps your circulation.
I love that. We're going to be standing up all the time now on Food Journey. Cherise, you've given us an amazing education here, and I'm very excited to go off into the kitchen now and do something wonderful with that fluid that we all need to drink. Water. That was a most interesting conversation that I had with Dr. Cherise. Now, she's shown us a lot about how our body actually works in terms of digestion and what happens to our food and how it's used, which is really important if you plan on making any significant changes by yourself. It's a new year, and if you're anyone like me, you've done a lot of illegal eating, a lot of the things that perhaps you don't normally eat. But at Christmas time, I really kind of let myself go. And I try not to worry about it while I'm doing it. But at the end of the holiday, you're left with that bloated feeling, sort of stuffed. And you really don't know quite how to get yourself back to what you were before, okay? So without feeling guilty about it, there are a few steps that we need to take.
Step 1, forgive yourself. It's all right. We know you overdid it on all fronts. Step 2, start fixing it by reintroducing a broad spectrum of natural and colorful food for your palate and for your system. Your body loves and craves these types of foods and will welcome them after the holiday binge fest.
we're going to try and introduce some new and lovely things into the system that are going to help to reboost our immune system and keep us nice and healthy and at an equilibrium as we reset, to build up a nice layer of what we need and cast out everything that we did during the holidays.
Some people use laxatives as a quick way to cure holiday buildup and bloating and other natural medicines. But some of these can cause painful side effects. So it's so much friendlier to just eat foods which will help you naturally go through the elimination process painlessly, such as whole grains, dark green vegetables, nuts and seeds. This little submission is to soothe and neutralize that bloating feeling which often accompanies overindulgence.
Now that we've spoken a little bit about elimination, we'll talk about bloating. What is it? We've all felt it. It's that uncomfortable feeling when you feel like your stomach's about to pop. It's really all about the gas that you've accumulated in your system, in your intestines, based on what you've eaten. Some foods just give off more gas than others. And sometimes you have allergic reactions to certain foods. For me, it's white grape juice, and therefore white wine as well for me. It makes me just feel enormous and my stomach just swells up, uncomfortable and painful. What do we do when we feel this bloated feeling? Well, I'm going to show you how you can activate that de-bloatingness in the body by using something simple that you already have in your cupboard, and that's cumin.
Spicing up your tea or waters with medicinal spices isn't new to our culture. My choice of cumin today is specifically chosen for its ability to prompt the liver to produce more bile for digestion. First step is easy. Just a cup of water on the fire to boil. Once it's simmering, remove. And just add a teaspoon of the cumin. I'm using powder, but you can use seed too. And then just steep for a minute or two before drinking it hot or cold. It's your choice.
We now have a beautiful cumin tea. You can see it's changed color a little bit, and I'm going to use my strainer to just strain off any extra little bits of cumin that may have gotten stuck in there. I use powder so it dissolves a bit, but if you've used cumin seed, the seeds are good for chewing as well. All that de-bloating goodness. Lovely.
How does it taste? Not unpleasant. Cumin aroma and mellow taste. Different.
Water. Now, this is something that is essential for everyone. We all know that, and we all know that we should be drinking a lot of it during the day. But to be able to do that, you have to be really conscious about taking time out, stopping what you're doing, and going for that glass of water. In fact, we know we need 8 glasses per day to be fully hydrated. But the problem is not only the time it takes to stop and be conscious about it, but the actual taste of water, having not a lot of taste. Of course, it's refreshing and cool and rehydrating, and we feel really good when we have a glass of water. But wouldn't it be nice and a lot easier to drink if it actually tasted really good? How can we do that? What can we put into our water that's going to encourage us to have more and more and more of it?
Water covers most of our planet's surface, 71%. It comprises 60% of our own body fluid. Even our bones are 31% water. It is an operational gift.
Now, here we go. I'm going to convince you right now how wonderful it is to drink water. I'm saying that because I'm also trying to convince myself that it is a great thing to drink in abundance. We usually wind up doing this when we have to, if we're going to exercise or if we're just thirsty. And by the time you're thirsty, it's too late. You've actually dehydrated yourself. So this is all about infusion. What does that mean? Let me show you.
Infusion is a process which extracts the flavor from one ingredient into another, such as tea leaves put into water, or in foods that we make like sauces or stews.
So starting off with our cucumbers, I really just want to have some nice slices of this. So just using a serrated knife here, cutting some slices, I would say about 7 or 8 slices will do. That should do it. And with your clean hands, of course, into a jar, like so. Too easy. But I'm using these because of their sunshiny color and what that's going to add to the visual. And there we go. I think I've got enough of these beauties. And look at that. They're designed so beautifully with these cells packed full of fluid, and they're all going to release and infuse into the water. In they go. Next thing, ginger. Beautiful big piece I have here.
Ginger is prized for its digestive and anti-inflammatory properties.
And then we just slice nice and thin, like so. I'm going for about 8 pieces. And you know what else I'm actually going to do? I'm going to just score this a little, just to release a little bit more of that ginger in places before I drop that in. So there you go. Nice and thin, in that goes. I'm getting excited about this because I really am excited to see how this will change the taste of the water. So now, all we do okay, time for mint. Beautiful mint this is. I have some growing in my garden, so aren't I lucky? I just plucked this from the garden. So leaves off, that's what we want. And just take your time to pluck off as many as you'd like. Bruise them, that means just, of course, clean hands, and then just drop that in. So you see now we've added some mint for a little bit of a twist and added freshness with that lemon, just a bit, and I'm giving it a lovely stir. Having done that, this is an 8-ounce glass, and I'm going to fill it with some of this lovely water. Why not take out a little piece of the lemon as well to garnish? And there we have it. Lovely infused water. Okay, let's try this. Let me see if I can have you drinking at least 8 of these a day. So it's mint, lemon, cucumber, and ginger. Cheers. Down the hatchet. Done. It wasn't that difficult because it tasted so good. The cucumber really came through in minutes. By the time I put it in and had a stir and drank it, you could fully taste that. The mint, of course, lovely, refreshing, cleanses your palate. The lemon makes it taste a little bit like lemonade without the sugary parts. Delicious.
I have half a sweet watermelon, which I'm splitting, and I'm cutting 2 of its fleshier parts into slices for a fresh, packed with water addition. More sliced lemon for freshness, and basil. This is a super one, which is good for colds, warts, worms, kidney function, loss of appetite, blood circulation. A long list. And there's our second infusion, looking very inviting, especially with all those watermelon bits to chew. Now get your chops around that.
That one looks really delicious. Now that I've already had 1 or 2 glasses of water, I'm actually feeling quite full of water. But this last one, I must try because it has a little bit extra, a tiny bit of sweetness from honey, something that we all love. Beautiful local oranges coupled with foreign oranges. The reason why: sweeter, a little bit more tart, green, and orange. Look at that, extra color. The smell coming off these oranges is incredible. Different level of sweetness. Now, that looks beautiful. All that's left is a drop of honey, just to set off the sweetness even more.
I think I'm converted. So colorful and refreshing. Water has never looked or tasted so good.
It's amazing. I'm completely converted. And in 2021, guess what I'll be drinking? 8 glasses or more. Cheers. We all pray for good health. And if we can do anything ourselves with what we take into our bodies to promote that, then that's all the better for us in 2021. So here from Food Journey, I wish you just that, the best of 2021. And God bless you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.